ranking the Serie A transfer window of the Seven Sisters. Well, it's not really the Seven Sisters. I'm doing 8 teams, okay? The 8 big teams. Let's just call it the 8 Habibis, okay? Ranking the 8 teams. Who have they signed? Who have they let go? And as wild as this may sound, I wasn't even going to make a video today. I really wasn't. Because I woke up to some sad news. I was looking in the mirror and I've got my first white hair on my beard. I just sat on the sofa and I was just staring at the ceiling. Life catches up to everybody. What can we say? Anyways, who shall we start off with? We'll do all the 8 teams. So we will do Juventus, Milan, Inter, Napoli, Fiorentina, Lazio. Who else have I got? Roma and Atalanta. Okay, who have they signed? Who have they let go? We will rate it from S to D. S stands for superb. A means it's good. B means it's average. C, below average. D means it's 2 packs of ass. And yeah, that's what we will do. Let's get the easy ones out of the way. Lazio, D. Certified D. Nothing comes close. I feel like everything at Lazio is a shit show at the moment. A lack of money, a lack of direction at board level, Baroni being sacked. Even the way they went out in, I believe it was the Europa League, like Bodo Glimt. Everything. Sarri comes back. He has no money to make any signings. Poor, like very, very, very poor window for Lazio so far. So I've got them down as certified D. Next, let's do Fiorentina. Who have Fiorentina really signed? Like, I'm just basing this off the top of my head. Who have Fiorentina really signed? I know they've kept Fagioli. They've signed him on a permanent basis, which is good. They've retained David De Gea, which is also good. But I actually do look at Fiorentina and say, if they were to lose Moise Kean, they are in big trouble. Actually, no, sorry. They went and signed Edin Dzeko at the age of 37, 38. I don't think that's an amazing recruit. Don't get me wrong. You know, in my opinion, Edin Dzeko is one of the most underrated strikers on planet Earth. Like, I genuinely hope and pray when he retires, he gets the flowers he truly deserves. Because he's never ever put into conversations of some of the best strikers. But this dude is a ridiculous footballer, a ridiculous goal scorer. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's his name is not fancy enough. Maybe it's the way he plays the game. This dude is amazing. But let's just be real. He's 37, 38. Like, nobody really expected this signing. I worry for Fiorentina if they were to lose Moise Kean. And I feel like a lot of clubs, even outside of the Serie A, have got their eyes on Moise Kean. But if I was to rank their Mercato so far, nothing really special. Like, at the moment, it's looking like D. Maybe C. Like C because of the fact that they retained David De Gea, who had an amazing campaign for them. Signing Fagioli. Fagioli was good and bad and mediocre at times. Actually, I'd be a liar. I'm putting it as D. I'm being completely honest. Like, it's better than Lazio. Like, let's just say Lazio are the bottom of D. Fiorentina, for me, are like the top of D. Yeah, D. Let's not beat around the bush. Fiorentina, I've got them in D as well. Who's next? Let's get one of the big 3 in. Let's do Inter. Inter's window. As far as I know, Luis Enrique from Marseille. Sucic, who was signed in January, but now he's come to Inter. He's put on the top. I feel like he had a very good Club World Cup, like the little cameos that he had here and there. And then Boni from Parma. It's some good recruits, don't get me wrong. Like, I think Sucic will actually surprise a lot of people. He is a very nice, technical, give and go midfielder. Boni, we've all seen what he can do at Parma, but now can you elevate your game? Can you do it on a consistent basis whilst playing for one of the big boys, whilst having now the pressure of delivering the goods on a consistent basis? Because this is a team that's probably competing for silverware, but I feel like he was for a good price. Sucic, like I mentioned. Enrique is a nice one. I don't feel like we saw much of him in the Club World Cup, but based off what I've seen of him at Marseille under Roberto De Zerbi, his entire career from being an outcast to then forcing his way into the team, developing in that wing-back position, I'm actually looking forward to watching him in the Serie A. But I just feel like underwhelming, man. I feel like a lot of these teams are underwhelming when it comes to their transfer window so far. Like, you're looking at them and you're saying, you're one of the big boys. Go out and make those big marquee signings. Now, don't get me wrong. Marquee signings don't always work out. But I feel like sometimes to give yourself that cheat code in jumping 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, you need a marquee signing that hits the ground running. And I feel like a lot of these clubs are signing more future prospects. Players that maybe in 1-2 years time can be the big thing. And to be quite fair and honest, it's the fact that Serie A teams don't really have the money to go out and make 2, 3, 4, 5 marquee signings per summer. So in a sense, you have to get somebody that might be regarded as a marquee signing in 2-3 years time and just hope and pray that you can develop him. With Inter, I more look at them and say, have you addressed the areas that you need addressing? In my opinion, they still need another midfielder. In my opinion, they need another centre-half, like somebody that's a bit more younger, like somebody like Leone. It's no surprise. Clubs across the whole of Italy are dying for the signature of Leone. I don't know, like, because of that, I look at it and tell myself, like, Luis Enrique was a deal that was practically in the makings in January. Sucic was in the makings in January. It's only really been Boni that they've signed. So because of that, I will probably put them in C tier. Next up, Atalanta, D. Certified D. 1, they lost Gasperini. 2, they've made a good flip on Retegui, to be completely honest with you guys. Like, I believe it was just under 70 million euros. That is good money. Like, that might be one of the craziest return on investments. 1 season at Atalanta, he wins the Serie A Golden Boot, and then he goes to the Middle East. It's a good flip. And I'll be honest with you guys, now they've got money to definitely bring in a bit more players. When it comes to signing Suleimana from Southampton, he's a good player, but I just feel like with Suleimana, like, every club that he's been at, everybody looks at him and says, this guy's the real deal. Watch him explode. And it's like he doesn't. And I feel like maybe Suleimana under Gasperini, we could have had a completely different conversation. In terms of Juric, I don't personally rate Juric. So I'm looking at Atalanta as a whole, from losing Gasperini, bringing in Juric, losing Retegui, most likely losing Lookman. I feel like if Retegui and Lookman both leave, that opens the door for Edison to leave as well. Hey, it's been a catastrophic window, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm putting them D. Like, they're definitely in the middle of, like, Lazio and Fiorentina. Bianconeri, Juventus, C. I said what? S stands for superb, A means good, B means average, C below average. Juventus is like C/B, but to be honest, C. I just feel like in terms of recruitment, Jonathan David, good recruit, especially when you bear in mind free agent. Conceição, everybody knows my opinion on Conceição. If I was in charge, I wouldn't have signed him. So that definitely takes it a bit lower. But don't get me wrong, the deal, the installments, financially it makes a lot of sense. But I'm just basing it, I'm not basing it on the finances. I'm basing it on the player, the potential, the impact. Can they elevate this team? Conceição, I've watched in a Juventus shirt, and I don't think the level of ceiling, I don't think the level of impact is warranting of Juventus signing him in the first place. But anyways, Conceição, Jonathan David, and as of late, the João Mario Alberto Costa deal. And then on top of that, not many players being sold. Like Dusan Vlahovic is still there. Nico Gonzalez is still there. Douglas Luiz has missed preseason training. He's not there. Like, that might be the worst thing to happen for Juventus. The fact that they were already looking to sell Douglas Luiz because of how poor he's been. But now, the whole world knows he doesn't want to be there. They've got themselves a player that's unhappy, unwanted. Juventus have made it crystal clear they don't want him. Like, if any team was looking to offer 20 million for Douglas Luiz, they're now probably going to offer you 10 million. Because they know this guy has no future there. Like, I feel like it's definitely ending in a very, very, very bad way. But the thing is, all of these dudes are still there. Douglas Luiz is the highest paid midfielder at Juventus. Dusan Vlahovic is the highest paid player in the Serie A, and he's still at Juventus. Nico Gonzalez, I believe, is the second highest paid attacker at Juventus. Kelly is still there. There's a lot of dead weight, and I feel like that dead weight is holding back Juventus from making any future recruits. But these dudes are not leaving. It doesn't look like they're close to leaving. Like, the Dusan Vlahovic contract situation has been ongoing now for 2 months. Nico Gonzalez, Juventus need to sit down and hope and pray that a team in Saudi signs him, because I feel like if any team in Saudi backs out, Serie A clubs are not going to pay much, and I wouldn't be surprised if Serie A clubs offer something like a loan with an option to buy. You're not really generating much cash out of that. Douglas Luiz, based on the conditions and everything that's going on, I don't think Juventus are going to generate much money out of that. Kelly might have admirers, but let's just say those admirers are not going to pay a lot of money. I don't know, man. I have to put it C, to be completely honest with you guys. I have to put it C. Next up, Roma. Claudio Ranieri's Roma. Now he steps down. Gasperini comes in. That is a massive, massive, massive bonus. Everything. I genuinely feel like if there's one guy to walk in and revolutionize that club, it's Gasperini. I even saw a report, I don't know if it was true, where he's actually been given 100 million in terms of bringing in new players. If that is true, they could actually build themselves a very good team. Okay, now in terms of recruitment, I believe his name is El Ainouf, the Moroccan kid. I am not too familiar with him in the slightest. Evan Ferguson, I am familiar with. I told you guys, this guy is a good player. I think, what is it? The next day he played in a preseason game. I think it was like a behind closed doors. He scored like 4-5 goals. 4-5 goals of high quality. Evan Ferguson under Gasperini. Keep an eye on it. I think the Evan Ferguson recruit is amazing. I'm being completely honest with you guys. Like, I genuinely look at that and say that has legs, that has potential to be one of the signings of the summer. I'm being completely honest with you guys. If Evan Ferguson just shows 50, 75% of what he showed at Brighton in the 2022-2023 campaign, this dude is a fan favourite. Roma are paying that 37 million option to sign him on a permanent basis. But of course, if he comes and he has the ridiculous injuries, then yeah. Devin Ferguson is a good recruit. El Ainu, I'm not too familiar with him, but based off what I've read, he genuinely looks like a very exciting player. In terms of outgoings, like Salamakers has gone back to Milan, Paredes has gone to Boca Juniors. From what I know, Hummels has retired. I just look at that Roma team and I always felt like they needed themselves a few new defenders. Like, in my opinion, Ndika is good. The right back, Devin Rensch, the Dutch kid, he's good. I don't really look at anyone else and say, like fair enough, like, stopgap, keep them for one more year. Like, Angelino, I'm not really too big on him. Selik, the Turkish right back, I'm not really too big on him. But I don't know. Like, I feel like Roma have started their transfer window very late, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like clubs were getting the ball rolling a month ago. Roma have only really now entered the party. Like, it's like they got their ticket to the party very late. Only now they're beginning to, like, inquire and chat to players. I feel like they missed out on the Richard Rios deal. Like, they were offering 25 plus 5 million in add-ons. He ended up going to Benfica. That would have been a ridiculous signing. I'm being so honest with you guys. But because of that, I feel like they haven't made many signings. The players that they've let go of are nothing special, in my opinion. I'll put it as C. Oh, and I feel like I put it as C because the Evan Ferguson one carries it a lot. Next up, Milan. Milan's one is very similar to like the Juventus one. Where I was like, do I put it B? Do I put it C? Like, B is, we said average. C is below average. I think with Milan, I'm being honest with you guys, I might put it B. I really might put it B. I like the players that they've signed. I really, really, really do. Like, of course, we will do this video once again once the transfer window ends, but I'm looking at it and telling myself this is just as of now. As of the day that I woke up and I realized I had a white hair in my beard. There's still so much more time for things to change. They can either go up or go down. Richie, for me, is such a good recruit. Such a good recruit. Like, I am so surprised so many other teams in this area were not looking at him, let alone teams across the world. Richie is a very good recruit. Estupinian is the one that shocked me the most. Like, you don't understand. If somebody asked me a month ago, how much do you reckon Estupinian would go for if Brighton were to sell him? I'm sat telling you north of 40 million. Like 40, 45, 50, maybe because of his contract and his injuries, maybe 30 million. Milan have got him for 20 million. Estupinian is such a good fullback. Like, hands down, he was one of my favourite fullbacks to watch in the Premier League. He's a good recruit. They've let go of Theo Hernandez. They've let go of Tijani Reinders. The way things happened weren't the best. But at the end of the day, they've generated some money. Like, I believe 80 million in total for those two players. Who else have they signed? I feel like they've definitely signed one more player. Modric. How did I forget? Luka Modric, I feel like he definitely splits opinions depending on his age. Listen, regardless of his age, I'm looking at him in a very similar manner to when Milan brought back somebody like Ibrahimovic. He's not starting every single game, but I guarantee you he's having an impact on every single game in the changing room. And Luka Modric, I just feel like the way he plays the game, the fact that he relies on his brains, being in the right place at the right time, his reading of the game. This is a dude that can play for the next 2 to 3 years. Modric is a very good recruit. If they do go out and get Ardon Yashari, they might have seriously upgraded on selling Tijani Reinders, because they went and sold one good player and replaced him with 2 to 3 collectively. And I feel like it's always good to have 3 good midfielders rather than being reliant on just one good midfielder. I think because of that, I creep them into B. Like, they're not high on B, but they're the low B. The low B. They still need themselves, in my opinion, a striker. Maybe like a centre-back. I think they do need themselves a centre-back. But like I said, it's still early. But because of that, I have them in B. Finally, the only team in the Serie A in S tier, in superb, Napoli. They've had a crazy window, I'll be so honest with you guys. Like, they have genuinely distant themselves from other teams in the Serie A, in my opinion. If there was one window that we had to look back on and say this was the window where an owner backed his coach, he backed him, he pumped money, he reinvested every money that he had made from Kvaratskhelia, from Osimhen into the squad in hope of just elevating them, taking them to that next level. Napoli's squad was good last season based on the Antonio Conte impact, but now you add in KDB, you add in today, they've signed Milinkovic-Savic, you add in somebody like Luka, who's a completely different dimension, will allow them to play the game in a completely different way to somebody like Lukaku. Then, like, who else? Bukima from Bologna, ridiculous. Noah Lang. And the thing is, I reckon they're about to go out and sign at least 1-2 more players. They've had a crazy window, I'm being completely honest with you guys. Like, when you bear in mind, they won the Serie A last season, and now they've gone out and strengthened, and great. The fact that they've retained Anguissa as well, it's a good window. Like Buongiorno, who was there from last season, McTominay, Billy Gilmore, Lobotka. They've built themselves a crazy team, and I'm being honest with you guys. If any of them, fair enough, like, it takes time to adapt to the Serie A. If it's Loa Lang or KDB or any of these guys just replicate 50% of what they done last season, this team is elevating. This team is elevating. Nah, they've had a very good window. They've had a very, very, very good window. And because of that, I put them in S tier. So this is the overall ranking so far. I feel like some teams will definitely go up. I feel like the only way is up. I'm being completely honest with you guys. The only way is up. I would be shocked if any of these teams go down. But these are my rankings. Make sure to engage in the comments. Make sure to let me know what you think your rankings are. Who do you think is doing well? Who isn't? And I will catch you guys on another one.